Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. Coaches, the JAMODI podcast is powered by Biology. What's your BSA score? The Biology Skills Assessment is the only verified skills metric endorsed by the NAIA, NJCAA, and a growing number of NCAA coaches to discover and develop the best talent for your team. This 4-minute, 40-shot test can be taken free today on the Biology mobile app. Elevate your game. You had the opportunity as a player to play for Coach Beard or to be around him. I know you had some injuries and some things happen, but you've had experience around him and some other great leaders, probably through coaching. So what's one quality or several qualities that you see in great leaders?
I'd say the biggest one that I've got from, coaches I've played for and coaches I've got to work with is accountability, holding players and coaches to your standard and defending your culture every day. And, it's easy to let something slip, but you let something slip, then, down here in a week or two, then, your whole team's doing that. And so just defending your culture and then holding guys accountable to what you believe in every single day.
And I like how you said holding coaches accountable as well, right? Because we're co-creators of the culture with our players. So it's not just them. We set a standard and you guys have to live up to it. That's it. We have to do it as well, because if we are going against some of the standards with maybe the way we show up, the energy that we bring, the way that we speak to each other,
absolutely,
then they're going to struggle to do that with each other.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And so, that's, as a young coach, you're trying to go get a bunch of talent and a bunch of players. But, talent only gets you so far. If you can get your guys to buy into what you're trying to do and to be really tough, like, you hear it all the time, the toughest team wins. Well, if you're talented and tough, then that's a good recipe to go have some success.
I love that. I mean, obviously anybody that watches this, they can see that you're young, but when they listen to the bio too, I mean, it's not that long ago that you were playing yourself. Do you see your recent experience with playing as a strength, or are there times where, your youth, not that it's a negative, but that from a player's perspective, like maybe it would help, or it's going to be easier when you get older? Anything like that?
I see it as a strength now, just on the relationship aspect. Not saying when you're, older, my dad's still coaching.
Yeah, but I understand. I'll tell you, as a 40-year-old, I don't get a majority of the references that they make. I don't know what they're into. I'm feeling that, and so I understand. Yeah,
and I could talk to him. It wasn't too long ago I was in college, and know the stress, and college basketball is a full-time job, let alone you're taking 15 or 18 hours on top of that. And some of our guys have some part-time jobs as well. And so I use it as a strength, just, the relationship aspect and all that. But, you do have guys that might test me more than what they might test a 40-year-old, but, it goes back to holding them accountable. They find out really quickly that, this, college basketball isn't a you get to do whatever you want to do. You're going to do what our culture is, or you won't be here. And so we try to defend that every day.
I was just thinking of that Don Meyer quote. I think it's Don Meyer, that they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yes, sir. I believe that is Don Meyer. Yeah, great quote.
Okay, yeah, so good. That worked out well. No, but because I can always go back and edit it if it. But no, I obviously a lot about the game, or else you don't get a college job. I don't care what your age is, you just don't get those that easily. So the game, and your resume speaks for itself. But that doesn't matter. I mean, I would imagine you've done a really good job with you came in late, you kept those players there. I would imagine relationally, you've done a great job with your players.
Yeah, that's always been an important thing to me, but I've seen that from from my dad to Coach Beard to Boone, Coach Cinco Boone, to Chris Wright, everybody I've worked with, relationships has kind of been at the forefront, of your program. And,
sorry, go ahead.
And so, that on top of, the assistance I've been able to have has been a huge part of our success and the relationships that they can have, with the players as well.
What are some things that you do intentionally to build stronger relationships?
Every now and then, take them, go to the CAF and, sit down, eat with them. I've done a better job of just trying to schedule individual meetings throughout the week. It's tough. We're all busy and it's easy to say, I don't have time, but, I just have to pick a day and schedule about 3 to 4 hours out of the day to just, hey, sign up for 15 minutes. And they just come, one after another and just, talk basketball and, what they're doing well, what they're doing bad, but more importantly, talk, how's your family doing and how's everything at home.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.